In today's video, my tips to boost your testosterone and look like this naturally. So I've been thinking lately, guys, about what is the best body fat percentage for us to maintain if we want to optimize muscle growth, optimize testosterone, because really when you're getting into the space where you're trying to build the physique of your dreams, these questions come up. And if you want to send me a question, you can go right here on my Instagram direct message. Happy to answer those. But today's video is something from the old personal files, something that's been rattling around my noggin. And that is, how do we optimize the testosterone levels? How do we optimize our muscle building efforts? And I found a lot of cool information that I thought I'd share with you guys on how to boost our testosterone naturally. How do we get into that great range? First things first. When I show you a picture of myself on a bodybuilding stage, yes, I'm a natural bodybuilder, lifetime natural, that is not optimal, okay? That is dieting well past the body fat level that you need to. In fact, the case studies that have been done on natural bodybuilders show that the testosterone levels plummet when you get that lean. And by lean, I mean whatever you want to call it, 5, 6, 7% body fat, I get freaking shredded. And I can tell I'm suffering a little bit, but it's for a purpose. I get on stage and it's very temporary. I do not maintain that type of body composition year round. If I did, I would likely need testosterone supplementation. I'm a 45-year-old guy. I do plan to compete naturally in the future still. I've never done anything. So let me talk to you a little bit about why. Because once you start supplementing with testosterone, your body's hormone production ceases. That's right. Now, there's probably some measures you can take to ensure that you don't have to be on testosterone for the rest of your life. But as I approach 50 years old in the next 5 years, I want to extend the amount of time that I can put on muscle and do things naturally. I'm not against the idea of testosterone replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy or whatever acronym you want to use for it. It's not something I'm opposed to. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is how we can do things naturally, so that it's sustainable and we're not injecting ourselves with a needle for the rest of our lives. So first of all, let's talk about why testosterone matters. As I sit here in the Pro Physique studio, you can probably tell I'm interested in fitness, bodybuilding, putting on muscle. And so why is testosterone important for that? Well, if you have low testosterone levels, people will have issues with things like depression, concentrating. And so it can have a huge impact on our overall well-being. So paying attention and understanding that we need healthy amounts of testosterone is why we do this. This is why I live this lifestyle. And so understanding why I want to address this question with you today, it's because it's important for overall health and well-being, which is why there are now testosterone replacement therapies. So I want to talk to you about the 4 things that you can do right now to boost your testosterone naturally. Some of them are quick and easy. Some of them take a little bit more time. So let's start with the easiest thing you can do to have a positive impact. Let's start with the easiest thing you can do to impact your testosterone positively. They conducted a study where they had a group of men go through different sleep cycles. One of which was they had to sleep for 5 to 5.5 hours a night for 8 consecutive days versus sleeping for 8 hours. And what they noticed was a sharp decline in free testosterone. Okay, so what this tells us is that sleep is a crucial part of the recovery and improvement process. We live in a time and an era where more than ever we can be distracted. There's always something to watch, something to do. Setting aside time and making sure that you get the proper amount of sleep is going to be a huge benefit to boosting your testosterone. But you need to understand how many calories a day you should be taking in, and if you have no idea where to start with calories, you can check below in the description. I'll put a link to a free calorie calculator that will tell you should you be eating how much to lose weight, gain weight, or whatever your goal is. But the point of discussing diet is understanding that you need to have a well-balanced approach. I don't profess that there is any one diet that is right for people. You can successfully diet using any number of ways, whether it be full, fitting your macros, whether it be something like a Mediterranean diet, a ketogenic diet. There are different approaches, even philosophies of dieting, such as being a vegan, that work well. So you just need to find an approach that works for you and remain consistent. The most important factor for your diet is that it in fact aligns with your goals, meaning if you need to lose weight, you create a deficit. If you need to maintain or build, you're actually eating in enough of a surplus to allow your body to train, recover, and respond properly. When it comes to training, let's talk about what the research shows. There was some research a few years ago that showed some very cool stuff, that if you do an endurance type of exercise, there's no spike in testosterone levels. But if you do high intensity, heavyweight training, there is a huge spike in testosterone. However, that is only an acute change in testosterone. And although it does rise rather sharply, it also drops rather sharply, meaning the overall levels of free testosterone in your body are not changing directly because of that one bout of exercise. They did, however, do a study in 60-year-old men and had them perform over the course of 6 weeks either 9 HIIT sessions where they ran 30-second sprints 6 times in each one of those sessions, or they did not and they performed steady state cardio. The group that performed the high intensity cardio actually saw an increase in overall free testosterone over the course of the 6 weeks. Now this was 60-year-old sedentary men. So what does that tell us? The thing that I take away from this is that adding more muscle is what's going to allow us to keep our testosterone levels higher. So the resistance training that you're gonna do in the gym, it should be aimed at putting on muscle. This is going to allow you over time to have higher natural testosterone levels. However, you need to enter an exercise program that you enjoy. You can get high intensity resistance exercise and add lean body mass through many different ways. I love bodybuilding. I like to go in the gym, lift weights 5 to 6 days a week, try to get stronger, try to build up my pecs, my shoulders, my quads, all the muscles in the body that I try to grow. However, that doesn't mean that's what you have to do, but you should be aiming to improve, progressively overload, and training with enough intensity that you're getting stronger over time. So there were 2 surprising things that I found related to increasing your testosterone naturally. When I looked up what the best foods were for improving testosterone, I expected to find, I don't know, nothing really special. But what I found was some of the foods were higher in protein, which made sense to me because there would be a correlation there with adding lean body mass over time. However, another thing popped up as a food. It was called ashwagandha, which I actually consider a supplement. Now this is something that I have my clients take in contest prep. However, ashwagandha, or KSM-66 as it's called, has also been shown to reduce cortisol in our blood. So if you're taking care of your diet, you're taking care of your training, you're getting your sleep, ashwagandha might actually help us increase our testosterone. But finally, let's get to the point of this video. What is the most important factor when it comes to having the optimal testosterone level for muscle building, maintaining a great physique? It's going to be what your body fat percentage is. So what should your body fat percentage be? Well, there's gonna be a variation from person to person in what's optimal. And really the only way to know that is to go in and get your blood work done on high levels, but you can tell when your testosterone level's higher. Why? Well, your libido increases. So what is the body fat percentage? Well, based on the research I found, it's somewhere between 8 and 20% body fat. When you get obese, your fat cells in your body actually start to cause a problem. They can change free testosterone into estradiol. What we want to do is get our body fat percentage low enough that we are optimizing the testosterone in our bodies for the proper use. So 8% seems very low to me. I would say that's when most people start to suffer, even some people around 10%. The lower you are in body fat, the more specific, the more you have to execute your diet. I would suggest most people stay between 12 and 15% body fat for a few reasons. First of all, that's a nice look. You have a nice aesthetic, pleasing look to you. Your shape will be good. Your waist will be small when you're in that 12 to 15% range. You'll also be able to train, recover, and eat very well at that body fat percentage. Once you get any higher, you're gonna risk running into issues because of being overweight, the extra fat on your body. And once you get below that level, you'll start to suffer, have less energy, and thus can negatively impact your overall training, performance, and recovery. For women, a correlative number would be between 18 and 24% body fat. what I would consider the optimal range for you to be to boost your testosterone naturally. But while you're at your optimal body fat percentage to have a higher testosterone level, that's when you should really be taking care of your diet, of your training. What type of cardio do you like to do? Well, I prefer to keep cardio low stress, low intensity. You guys know me, I do my treadmill all the time. I keep the high intensity stuff for the weights, and I make my sleep, my diet, my training, my cardio all work for me. All right guys, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.